Every day, we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. We're bombarded with decisions, overwhelmed by obligations, and haunted by thoughts of what might have been if things had gone differently. But what if I told you that a 2,000-year-old philosophy could be the secret to clearing the mental clutter and finding peace amid the relentless chaos? Today, we're diving into the powerful teachings of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, who was also a Stoic philosopher. His insights into the human spirit and the nature of the world are more relevant today than ever before. By embracing Stoicism, you can transform your approach to life's challenges, turning each obstacle into a stepping stone toward greater wisdom and inner peace. Stick around to discover how ancient wisdom can provide modern solutions, helping you cultivate resilience and clarity in the midst of life's storms. This isn't just about history, it's about upgrading your mindset to thrive in today's world. If you know someone who feels lost in the noise of everyday life, share this video with them. It might just be the beacon they need. And if you appreciate what we're doing here, the simplest favor you can do for us is to hit that subscribe button. Stay with us through the entire video to fully grasp how these timeless strategies can revolutionize your way of thinking and living. Let's get started. Lesson 1. Train your perception. This isn't just about seeing things differently, it's about transforming our entire approach to the challenges and experiences we encounter daily. Marcus Aurelius taught that our perceptions shape our reality more than the events themselves. It's a profound shift from simply reacting to the world around us to actively shaping our experiences by choosing how we interpret and respond to them. Consider this: every moment of frustration or anxiety is an opportunity. When you're caught in traffic and feel your pulse rise, that's a moment to train your perception. Stoicism teaches us to see this not as wasted time or an annoyance, but as a chance to reflect. Perhaps to listen to a podcast or an audiobook, turning a frustrating delay into a productive or relaxing pause in your day. In our daily lives, we often default to a passive stance, accepting our initial reactions as the only way to see things. But what if we paused, even for just a second, to question that reaction? What if we asked ourselves, is there another way to view this situation? This practice is at the heart of Stoic training. It doesn't just alter our mood in the moment, it gradually reshapes our underlying beliefs and attitudes. For example, if you're overwhelmed by a big project at work, instead of succumbing to stress, a Stoic approach would have you break down the project into manageable parts and focus on one task at a time. This shifts your perception from seeing an insurmountable challenge to viewing it as a series of achievable steps. Not only does this reduce anxiety, but it also enhances your efficiency and satisfaction with your work. Training your perception also means being mindful of the here and now. It's about not letting your mind get carried away with what was or what could be. This mindfulness, a key component of Stoicism, focuses on being fully present and finding gratitude in the current moment, which can lead to a more joyful and fulfilling life. So let's strive to apply this lesson from Marcus Aurelius in our everyday lives. Each situation, no matter how trivial or daunting, is a chance to practice Stoicism, to train our perception, and to transform our reality from the inside out. By doing so, we not only improve our own lives, but also set a powerful example for others on how to lead a more thoughtful and intentional life. Lesson 2. Learn to control your emotions. This lesson is a central pillar of Stoic philosophy, and it's far more than just keeping a stiff upper lip. It's about understanding and managing your feelings in a way that benefits your mental health and overall well-being. Marcus Aurelius, who faced his share of crises and challenges as a Roman emperor, often wrote about the importance of maintaining composure, not to suppress emotions, but to harness them constructively. Imagine you're faced with a sudden setback at work. Perhaps a project you've poured hours into gets abruptly cancelled. It's natural to feel a surge of disappointment, maybe even anger. However, Stoicism teaches us to take a step back and analyze these emotions. Ask yourself, why am I upset? Is it the lost effort, the change in plans, or the fear of the repercussions? By dissecting these feelings, you're not just passively enduring them, you're actively probing their origins and implications. This control isn't about denial. Stoicism doesn't ask you to ignore your sadness or frustration. Instead, it encourages you to acknowledge these emotions, understand their roots, and then decide how you will let them influence you. Will you let anger dictate your next meeting, or will you recognize the emotion, understand its source, and use your energy to pivot strategies and move forward? Furthermore, controlling your emotions means maintaining your values and composure in the face of life's ups and downs. For instance, if someone criticizes your work harshly, your knee-jerk reaction might be to defend yourself aggressively or to shrink back in hurt. However, a Stoic approach would have you pause and consider the criticism objectively. Is there truth to it? Can it help me improve? When you approach situations this way, you transform what could be a painful interaction into a valuable learning opportunity. And let's not forget about the small daily irritations, like morning traffic or a long line at the coffee shop. These seemingly trivial moments are perfect opportunities to practice Stoic principles. Instead of letting impatience or annoyance build up, use this time to practice mindfulness or plan your day. By reframing these situations, you control your emotional response, turning potentially stressful moments into periods of calm reflection or productive thinking. Learning to control our emotions isn't just about achieving personal peace. It's about cultivating resilience that impacts every aspect of our lives, allowing us to meet challenges gracefully and transform potential conflicts into opportunities for growth. Lesson 3. Exercise the dichotomy of control. This concept is simple yet profound. Recognize what you can control and what you cannot, and focus your energy accordingly. While it might sound straightforward, this is a powerful tool for reducing stress and enhancing effectiveness in both personal and professional life. Think about the last time you faced a situation that was out of your hands, maybe a delayed flight or an unexpected change at work. Our natural response often includes frustration or anxiety. However, the Stoic approach encourages us to reassess our reactions. While we can't control the delay, we can control how we respond. Do we let it ruin our mood and those around us, or do we accept the situation, find a comfortable place to sit, and perhaps catch up on a book or some work? Marcus Aurelius would advise us to invest our energy where it counts. In situations where we can make a difference, like preparing for a presentation or managing our health, we should act with full commitment. But in scenarios where our influence is limited or non-existent, worrying only drains our energy and clouds our judgment. Let's apply this to a more personal area, like relationships. You can't control how someone else feels or acts, but you can control your own actions and responses. If a friend is going through a tough time and seems distant, you can't force them to open up or change their mood, but you can offer support, letting them know you're there when they're ready to talk. This way, you're focusing on the actionable part, your role as a supportive friend, rather than on the uncontrollable part, which is their emotional state. This principle doesn't just minimize negative emotions, it maximizes efficiency and effectiveness in your efforts. For example, if you're leading a project at work, focus on what you can directly manage, like planning, your outputs, and your team's motivation. rather than getting sidetracked by uncontrollable factors such as market conditions or competitor actions. Incorporating the dichotomy of control into your life isn't just about avoiding unnecessary stress. It's empowering. It's a liberating realization that, while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control our reactions. This makes us more resilient and proactive, enabling us to use our limited time and energy on things that truly matter and are within our influence. This is the essence of living a Stoic life: practical, grounded and focused on actionable steps that lead to personal growth and peace. Lesson 4. Keep virtues in mind. In his personal writings, Marcus Aurelius often reflected on virtues like wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, showing how they can profoundly shape our lives. These aren't just lofty ideals for philosophical debate. They are practical tools guiding our daily actions and interactions. Take wisdom, for example. It's more than just knowledge or intelligence. It's the practical application of that knowledge in real life. Wisdom involves seeing things as they truly are, not as we wish them to be. This means making decisions not based on fleeting emotions or external pressures, but on a clear and rational understanding of the situation. When you're faced with a tough decision at work, applying wisdom means looking beyond immediate gains or losses to consider the long-term impact of your choices. Then there's courage, which isn't just about facing physical danger, but also about confronting internal battles. It takes courage to speak up for what's right, to stand firm in your values when they're tested, and to admit your mistakes and learn from them. This kind of courage builds integrity and trust, both with others and within ourselves. Justice, in the Stoic sense, goes beyond legal fairness. It's about treating others with respect and dignity, acting in a way that is fair and balanced, and considering not only your own needs, but also the needs of others. Whether in interactions with colleagues, family, or strangers, practicing justice means striving for ethical harmony in your actions. Temperance, or self-control, is perhaps one of the most challenging virtues in today's world of instant gratification. It's about moderation in all things, managing impulses, regulating emotions, and finding a balanced path when extremes might seem tempting. These virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, are not just philosophical ideals. They are actionable principles that can bring order, resilience, and purpose to our lives. When we keep them in mind, we equip ourselves with the tools to live more meaningfully and make decisions that align with our highest values. Tempting. By practicing temperance, you ensure that your desires do not cloud your judgment or steer you away from your true priorities. Integrating these virtues into daily life doesn't just happen. It requires conscious effort and reflection. It might mean pausing before reacting in anger, taking a moment to consider the consequences of your words before you speak, or choosing to forego immediate pleasure for a long-term benefit. Over time, these choices become easier as the practice of virtue strengthens your character and resolve. Embracing Stoic virtues leads to a richer, more meaningful life. It's not about suppressing your nature, but fulfilling it. Not about diminishing your joy, but deepening it. By keeping these virtues in mind, you not only navigate life's challenges more effectively, but you also contribute to a better, more just and wise world. So, as we go about our day, let's remember Marcus Aurelius's call to virtue, a compass that guides us through the complexities of life, ensuring that every step we take is grounded in dignity and purpose. Lesson 5. Always consider the big picture. This practice isn't just about long-term planning or strategic thinking. It's about maintaining perspective. It's about understanding that every challenge, every decision, and every moment is part of a larger narrative in our lives. By stepping back and viewing our experiences from a broader vantage point, we can see how even seemingly negative experiences can contribute to our growth and ultimate fulfillment. Imagine you're faced with what seems like a major setback. A project falls through, or you experience a personal failure. It's easy to get caught up in the immediate pain and disappointment. However, adopting a Stoic mindset means asking yourself how this fits into the larger scheme of things. Perhaps this setback is an opportunity to learn something crucial, or maybe it's steering you toward a path better aligned with your long-term goals. By consistently considering the big picture, you avoid getting bogged down by the minutiae of daily life. This broader perspective helps you prioritize your actions and reactions. If something doesn't significantly impact your long-term goals or your ability to lead a virtuous life, then perhaps it doesn't warrant a strong emotional response or a drastic shift in your plans. This doesn't mean ignoring details or dismissing the present. Rather, it's about ensuring that your focus and energy are aligned with your overall objectives and values. Moreover, this Stoic practice encourages us to reflect on our role in the interconnected web of life. It reminds us that we are part of a community and that our actions have ripples. When making decisions, consider not only how they affect you, but also how they impact those around you and the environment. This sense of connectedness is grounding and often leads to more compassionate and considerate behaviors. In personal relationships, always considering the big picture can prevent us from overreacting to small grievances or misunderstandings. When conflicts arise, instead of zeroing in on the immediate friction, ask yourself what's really important here. Is proving your point more critical than the health of the relationship? Often, you'll find that maintaining harmony and understanding is far more valuable than being right in any one moment. Embracing this Stoic lesson in our everyday lives can lead to profound changes in how we view successes and setbacks. It fosters resilience as we come to see that what feels overwhelming now is just one chapter in a much larger story. So, as we navigate the complexities of our days, let's remember to zoom out and consider the big picture. It's a powerful tool that not only helps us handle life's ups and downs more effectively, but also deepens our appreciation for the journey itself. Closing thoughts. As we wrap up today's exploration of Stoic principles through the lens of Marcus Aurelius, it's clear that these ancient teachings offer more than just philosophical musings. They provide practical strategies that can profoundly impact our modern lives. Stoicism, with its focus on virtue, control, and perspective, equips us to navigate the complexities and challenges of our times with resilience and wisdom. Remember, the heart of Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or ignoring life's pleasures. It's about recognizing what truly matters: our responses, our values, and our growth. Marcus Aurelius taught us that life isn't about what happens to us, but how we respond to what happens. This perspective is empowering. It shifts us from a reactive stance where the world tosses us around to a proactive stance where we hold the reins of our own lives. The lessons we've discussed today are tools. Like any tool, their effectiveness depends on how we use them. These practices don't just help us cope with life, they help us thrive. They deepen our relationships, enhance our productivity, and bring us genuine peace and happiness. So, let's commit to integrating these Stoic principles into our daily routines. Let each challenge be a chance to practice, and each setback a lesson in resilience. Over time, you'll likely find that these aren't just philosophical ideals, but real, tangible practices that shape a more contented and purposeful life. Thank you for being a part of this Stoic journey. For more insights, continue exploring by watching one of the suggested videos on your screen. Stay strong and stay Stoic.